Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome, you guys. So let's get started, I guess. Like I said, I don't want to waste anyone's time. Let's get into it. Again, for those of you who are just joining, my name is Nicolina. I'm the owner and founder of Glam Sophisticated Makeup Academy. I'm located right now in Vegas. I live in Vegas. I'm originally from Serbia, from East Europe, but I live here for the past 12, 13 years already, 13 years. And I started my makeup academy in 2020 here in Vegas. We had one location at a time. And in 2024, we decided, Christine and I'll share more about that, decided to take our makeup academy nationwide. And we decided to start training, I guess, students nationwide because we have seen a couple of things. A lot of cosmetology schools don't teach enough about makeup. We have also seen that a lot of people want to take shorter, more affordable trainings versus going to cosmetology school because they don't want to do facials and waxing and cut hair. We've also seen that a lot of states don't offer makeup just standalone as just makeup education. So again, we decided to travel. So now we are in 25 cities. We travel pretty much every 2 weeks on rotation, and we deliver these trainings in person. So I love the in-person aspect because in-person is so important when it comes to obviously teaching the makeup portion. But today in this training, like I said, I want to share with you guys how to start your freelance makeup business, makeup career. I'm going to show you exactly how our students that we work with go from zero to their first paying client. I'm going to share my 4 steps. So I'm not going to go into each individual step, first of all, because I know at the end you might have questions like, how do I start my contract? Or, like I would say like tangible or specific technical questions. I'm not going to go into what to put in your contract. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just share steps that you need to take. And then you can decide how you want to obviously proceed, whether you want to go to a makeup academy or whether you want to do it yourself. But I'm going to share the steps you need to be doing in order to start your freelance makeup business, get your first paying client or next paying client, scale your makeup business in general, and then even add different services later on if you want to. Technically, what I want to share also how to build a personal brand on social media because that is nowadays very, very important. It's not about your brand as a your makeup artistry business. It's about your personal brand as a makeup artist. And that's exactly what I want to share. That's exactly how I was able to start my makeup artistry business and scale my makeup academy. So we're going to get started. I will allow chat at the end. So if you guys have questions, please write them down because I don't want to interrupt, in the middle of because when I get into the flow, you'll know. So I don't want to interrupt that. Just save your questions at the end. I'm going to do a Q&A. Okay. So you guys can ask me whatever you want at the end. Okay. So let's save that. Give me 45 to an hour at least, please. Don't leave. Stay on. I love to do this. Like when I see more people in the room, I get so excited. So I get in my best zone. So let's get started. Like I said, let's get started. I will see if again people are joining. I will just let them in. I know people need a couple of more minutes. So we're gonna get started today, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I did that. So again, Nicolina here. This is me, 2015. When I graduated, I was checking or clocking out of my cosmetology school. This is the reason why I talk about cosmetology schools because I've been there. I know, and I know many have been in cosmetology school. I personally just wanted to be a makeup artist, so I went there thinking, oh, I'm going to be a makeup artist. I did not become a makeup artist because I went to cosmetology school, because again, they didn't teach me enough. They only briefly covered it. I was mostly doing facials and waxing. I went for aesthetics program. So one of the reasons that led me to actually start my makeup academy was because I felt like many cosmetology schools don't focus on it enough. Maybe some of you, if you guys don't mind, just drop in the chat. Has some of you went to cosmetology school hoping to learn about makeup, but you ended up again learning more about hair, facials, waxing, nails, everything else, and then you kind of felt like, okay, it wasn't enough for me. Like I really feel like I need more, right? So drop a yes or no, doesn't matter. If that's you, iPhone 2, again, I don't know who you are, but iPhone 2 said yes. I pretty much talk to probably like 5, 6 people a day, and then people tell me like, oh, I went to, or I was planning to, but I didn't, because they just don't cover enough. So that's exactly again why I love teaching this and why I started my makeup academy in 2020. So again, I moved here to 2013, went to cosmetology school, started my freelance makeup business right after that. I was waiting for a green card because I came here as a J1 work and travel exchange student visa program that I came on, and I didn't have my green card card yet. I was waiting on my green card. I was waiting on my permit. One of the reasons why when I was opening up a makeup academy, I wanted it to be more affordable, accessible, because we do get a lot of people who are still in the process of getting their documentation, so they don't have, a lot of forms of, they don't have financial aid like I didn't have. So I actually had to pay my school cash. My school was at the time $14,000. So that was kind of like, I felt like a lot of money. So I obviously paid it somehow, but I know many people cannot. So that's why I keep my program very affordable. And then, after that, I felt like I spent just, years trying to figure out by testing what works, what doesn't work. Took a class here, took a class there, traveled for a master class, took an online training. Like I was just kind of like picking out information from different people without a structured program. And I felt like it took me longer to figure out how to actually get successful, how to start promoting myself and all that. So once I did, I made a ton of mistakes, but once I kind of did figure it out and had a blueprint, I doubled it down and I went all in on building that personal brand. When I figured out like I really need to, obviously social media, personal brand, content, improve my makeup. I'm going to share all that right now. And then once I did that, I was like, well, this is kind of like a blueprint. Like I can teach this to someone. So that's how I started teaching right after taking makeup by Mario's class in 2019. And it all led me to start a Glam Sophisticated Makeup Academy. So Christine, this is me and Christine in New York last year. My first time in New York. My business flew me out to New York because we were hosting training. We had amazing class with 16 students, and me, Christine, and I have trained over, well, now actually over 1,000 students because I built this 3 months ago. We onboard about 40 students every month. We work with students for over 12 months because we do the in-person, but then we continue to do the coaching as well. Our program is a hybrid between online and in-person. And then our online video calls also are something the students love because they're able to, like you guys now, see us live on a Zoom call and work with us. So we can give them feedback because I feel like that mentorship aspect is so important. This is the reason why we structured our business to be more of a mentorship as well as makeup as well. Makeup is the first thing we teach them, but also the mentorship aspect. And the reason I love doing these webinars for you guys too, because I love the community of beginners. I love sharing what I know for those who are lost, who feel like they don't know what the next step is, who feel like no one understands them because their friends and family maybe are not supportive. So whatever your situation is, you might be here because you've been doing your own makeup and you may be doing your friends, family's makeup, cousins' makeup. You're like that go-to person that everyone's coming to get their makeup done. Excuse me, you obsess watching videos, especially online, YouTube, TikTok, you obsess watching tutorials. You try to recreate it, but it just doesn't work as well. Like it's not as good. Like you do it and it's like something is off, whether it's the color match, whether it's the eyeshadow, something doesn't feel right. You're good at makeup, but not ready yet to charge. You feel like you're not a professional makeup artist because maybe you don't have a diploma, maybe you didn't go to school, maybe you didn't take formal training, maybe you don't understand the color theory. So you feel like, okay, you know it, it's something that comes naturally to you, but you're not ready to actually charge. So you just keep doing makeup for free. This program is exactly for those like that. You went to cosmetology school, like I said, but you're not confident in makeup. You maybe offer already other services like hair, facials, nails, and now you want to add it to that. And then you also think it might take you years or maybe even thousands of dollars to invest to learn how to get those first paying clients. So I'm here to break down all those false beliefs that you may be thinking about that right now and tell you that you don't need that. I'm going to show exactly how you can start your freelance makeup business. And I'm going to share 4 steps that I have taken that I teach my students how to start again their career in makeup. Okay. So the why artists fail. I want to just talk about this a little bit because this is the most important thing. And the first thing I teach in my beginner to pro makeup program is the perfectionism. Perfectionism because they want to be perfectionists. They want everything to be perfect. Before they promote, before they actually get their first paying clients, they want the makeup kit to be perfect. They want the makeup looks to be perfect. They want their lighting, chair, setup, products, tools, everything to be perfect. They want their social media to be perfect, right? So this is the reason why artists fail before they even start because they get obsessed with watching others on social media. They compare their day 1 to someone day 10 because they see all these other artists like doing this beautiful makeup looks and they're wondering like how or why am I not able to do the same? What am I missing? I'm trying, I'm figuring it out. I'm spending money. I go to Sephora. I'm not able to figure it out. They overthink everything. They overthink also what their friends and family are saying because their friends and family's opinion or maybe yours is very important and it's totally fair. Your friends and family's opinion is important. So if they tell you there's so many makeup artists out there doing this already, or they tell you, are you sure you don't want to just go and get a 9 to 5, or stay and do whatever you went to college for, maybe, or they try to convince you to go that route of traditional route, but you deep inside have this like amazing fear, not fear, sorry, passion for makeup, and you just feel like this is something that's bursting. It has been bursting in you for years. This is exactly why a lot of people fail, because they are afraid of judgment. They're afraid of other people judging them. They're afraid of now going that route, and then friends and family saying, well, I told you so. Right? I told you so. They're stuck in thinking about it phase. I talk to sometimes people every year, and every year they reach out to me like, Nicolina, I'm ready to do my makeup. I want to start my business. And I'm like, okay, let's get started. We're going to be in your city. Well, let me think about it. Just, maybe a little bit. Like they almost feel like in 6 months or next year, all the problems and all the circumstances are going to be solved, and they're not going to have a car payment anymore. They're not going to have a house payment anymore all of a sudden. And now they're going to free up all the time and have time to invest, right? And I always say this, like, let's find a way, but not find a excuse. So if you're here, I love that you're here. That means you're serious. They try to figure it out on their own, and they don't really have no one to guide them. So they don't know if they're doing something right. Oftentimes I meet with students, they actually do a really good job with makeup. But again, they're just stuck in this fear zone or fear. They're like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Like it looks good, but I have no idea if people would actually pay me for this. So this is exactly why I host and teach this program, because of that. So in this program, or in this training, I'm going to teach you or show you my 4-step process. My 4-step process looks something like this. I'm going to show you how to learn the fundamentals of makeup application if you are a beginner. Get real practice to build confidence, because that's really how you build confidence. I'm going to explain exactly how to get those people to practice on, and break a big false belief of, I just moved to a new city and I don't have anyone, or I'm introvert, I don't have anyone to help me. Like I'm going to break down that false belief. How to build a portfolio and set up your presence, and then how to set systems in place. So you are now not operating anymore as a hobbyist, but you're actually operating as a professional makeup artist. And it's not the product you have, it's not the makeup you do, it's not the brushes, it's not the lighting, it's what's in your head. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. It's what's in your head, that small voice that only you hear, that no one else hears, that keeps feeding yourself your thoughts every single day. Am I good enough or I'm not good enough? Am I confident or am I not confident? That's only your voice in your head. So I want to break that false belief. I want to share with you that it's possible, no matter what your language is, no matter your circumstances, your financials, where you're from, where your parents are from, how long ago you moved to the States, or maybe you live here your whole life, doesn't matter. I'm going to share that it's possible if you just follow the system. That's all. Okay? And you stop thinking or stop listening to that small voice telling you that you're not good enough. Okay. So we're going to dive into the number one thing, right? So build skill before you sell it. This is the number one thing. Obviously, you want to be able to sell something good. The service that you do it can be, I would say, 80% or 70% okay or good. You can still sell it, right? But you have to build it, meaning like it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be, you're not a celebrity makeup artist. You're not going to be doing makeup on celebrities. But in order to sell it, you can still be at about 80% okay or good. Okay. You don't need to be excellent yet. So, but we need to build it. And typically I see this is if students take the self-taught route, or people in general, it takes them about 8 to 12 months if they're like actually putting in the effort to do it every single day, not just watch a video here and there. They're actually practicing, they're actually doing it again on their own without going to schools, just on their own, right? So I always tell people who are looking to do this on their own, learn the basics of application, learn the basics, learn the skin prep, learn the foundation, color matching, brows, eyes, and lips. And I say that you don't need to know all the makeup looks. You need to understand elements. Okay. So I'm going to explain this right now, because many artists in the beginning, they focus on learning the looks, the final look. I want to know the soft glam and the full glam and the smoky eye, right? And those are final looks. Instead of focusing on learning the final look, focus on learning elements. Focus on being good at the brows, right? Just being good at brows. You don't need to be excellent at brows. Just focus on being good at those brows, right? Because no matter which look you do, the brows usually are going to be very similar. Whether you do a soft glam or a full glam, if that person has certain brow shape, you need to do that certain brow type, right? So like that's the element you're going to be focusing on. But if you are not good at that one element, it kind of falls apart. It doesn't look good. So instead of focusing on building or learning the full look at once, focus on really learning and getting good at those elements. So when you actually put that look together, all the elements on their own, brows and the eyes and the liner and the lash application and the color matching and the blush placement work cohesively. Okay, study face shapes, skin tones, eye shapes, and how to enhance them. So in order to understand how to do someone's features, how to enhance someone's features without just looking at a whole again, or looking at someone as a whole and like, okay, I had this person before, I'm going to do this exact same thing on you. And they have different features. Learn how to also study those. Study face shapes, skin tones, look up online, look up, I guess, videos on that and study that, because that's going to be important on how to do or how to make sure the symmetry is well done. How to make sure when you do someone's face, how to make sure that you enhance it, not drag the cheek down or, lift to on one side and drag on the other side. Like how to make sure it looks symmetrical and how to enhance their beauty and their features. Practice on yourself daily. This is what a lot of people, I would say, skip. You are your first canvas. So you cannot expect to start with someone else's face, because obviously, unless you have a sister every day in your house, yes, practice on her. But you have your face every day with you, right? So practice on that. Practice on these elements. Practice them on yourself first, because that's how you also get more confident. You get more comfortable. You start learning about products that you're using, so you're able to actually, get better at it. And also it helps build your personal brand, because when you go out there and people ask you like, oh, what is your, let's say, what do you do? And you have a beautiful face. They'll be like, oh, you must be in makeup, or you must do makeup, or, something in makeup. So like that way you also know how to do your makeup well. But you go out there and your makeup looks crazy, they're not going to trust your makeup artist. You can do someone else's face. So start with yourself first. This is where most beginners make a mistake, so that they wait until they get confident to start practicing. I'm going to talk more about this in a second too, and I'm going to break down what looks to learn more about. But like, I see students sometimes tell me like, or even beginners before they enroll to our program, they say like, oh, I'm not confident yet, so I cannot start practicing. Well, you're not going to get confident by watching a video, even this video. You're not going to get confident watching YouTube videos. You got to start practicing, right? So confidence starts with practice. I always try to reframe that. In order to become confident, you got to start practicing. You got to start making those mistakes, because in those mistakes is how you improve once you see what the mistake is. And then you become more confident because you become better. That's all. That's all that is. Same like going to a gym, right? First time you go to a gym, it sucks. You don't know what you're doing. You're looking at those machines out there. You don't have no idea. But then you maybe look up some YouTube videos. You're like, okay, I kind of see like I need to maybe, in order to build muscles in my gluteus, I need to do these exercises. And you just kind of start doing it and you start feeling the difference. You're like, okay, now I kind of know what I'm doing. Let me now look up maybe some different step, or, upgrade my weight so I can actually get better results, because you started. Right? Same thing with makeup. We got to start. Many stay stuck in this stage because they, again, are waiting to become confident. Confidence doesn't start by waiting. It starts by practicing. Okay. So I want to also break down this too. So a lot of artists, like I mentioned, they want to do all the makeup looks. There's a big misconception or false belief that you need to know all the makeup looks and be confident in all the makeup looks there are out there in order to start charging. And you don't. Okay. And I'll explain this right now and why. Because first of all, it's much easier to build a brand, personal brand, or niche in artistry if you are actually really good at one style. You don't even need to be good at all the styles. You need to be good at one style in order to build a brand. Obviously, it's good to know more. Don't get me wrong. But in order to build a really good brand, you need to be good at one style. Maybe that's classic bridal makeup look. Maybe that's a soft makeup look. Maybe that's a full glam. Maybe that's, cut creases. Whatever that is, you don't need to know all of those. So what I'm trying to say is, instead of saying, oh, in order for me to start promoting myself, I need to learn all these looks and all these styles and all these, makeup looks, I can maybe learn 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 looks and be really good at those before I start maybe promoting myself and getting my clientele. And then once I start and getting my first paying client, then maybe I can think into learning, advancing, taking a makeup masterclass from a specific artist because it's the style of makeup she has I love, or whatever that is, right? Second of all, the makeup looks that are I call those money makers. Okay. So the makeup looks that make money. Classic, sophisticated. One of the reasons why I actually named my business Sophisticated Makeup Looks are those money makers that are always going to be in trend. Focus on those. Again, clean aesthetics, makeup looks that you enhance someone's beauty, earthy tones, mauve tones, rose golds, tones that are monochromatic, meaning similar to someone's skin tone, just a little bit deeper. Those tones and those looks are something you're gonna always be able to sell. If you build your trend around that or your brand around that, you will always have clients to book with you. Don't think about, oh, I love editorial cut creases and rainbows, and that's my thing I love, but no one's buying that, then what's the point? Then oh, do it for yourself, but don't try to sell that and push on other people and tell them you need this look when no one's gonna buy it, right? So I see that often with even some of the students I work with. And then they show up to coaching calls and they show me these like grungy and black lips and green lips and, like editorial looks. I call those editorial looks for fashion magazines, things like that. Yes, those are fun looks and you might get a job here and there. But everyday woman getting married, going to an event, going to, having a photo shoot, she's not going to want those. If she's just like, doing a photo shoot for her business card, for example, or her website, or a bridesmaids, right? They're not going to want those looks. So the fastest look to sell right away when you're done with either a makeup program or learning on your own is those money makers. So focus on those. Again, those classic sophisticated makeup looks. It takes time to build a signature style. Many artists don't know yet, right? So you might not know that yet. You might not know what a signature style for yourself is. So what I always tell my students is go to your Instagram and see which styles of makeup or which I would say maybe makeup artists you follow the most. Whose styles of makeup you constantly save. And then take out those, screenshot all of those, go to Canva or Pinterest or whatever, doesn't matter, put them all together in like a 9 grid, let's say, print it in front of you, or doesn't matter, put it in your phone, those 9 looks, and look at similarities between those looks. Look at similarities and see what you gravitate towards the most. For example, I love Makeup by Mario, right? I love his looks. I love his style. I love Patrick Ta. I love Kelsey Bain, right? So like I love those looks. They're in a way similar, right? There's differences in the style of makeup, but definitely they're very similar across the board. They're not completely opposite, right? So like when I put them together and I, let's say, have almost like a vision board, let's put it that way, or inspo board, those looks are very similar across. There's not a lot of difference in color choices or placements. So that is clearly something I want to build as a signature style, which I have already. But let's say if I was a beginner, like if I put that in front of me, like that looks like it's something I want to build. I'm going to practice those makeup looks. And those looks sell the most as well, because that's where you're going to make the most money. So I hope that makes sense. I hope this part makes sense. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, but I just wanted to break down that you, again, don't need to know 16,000 different makeup looks. You need to learn elements, face shapes, color matching, and then put those looks together, create a signature style that almost like what you want, what's the goal with makeup artistry? First, when you start doing makeup, your clients are going to show you other inspos. Like I said, Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, they're makeup artists. They're going to show you these celebrities. Once you build a really good brand and clients come to your chair and start showing you your inspos, again, pay attention to first of all what clients are showing you as an inspo. Then you know, okay, these artists are clearly in demand, or these types of styles are in demand. Once you start building those makeup looks on your own and creating content, now when someone goes to your feed, everything looks cohesive, very similar in style. Clients are going to trust you more, that you are really good at that one or two styles. They're going to trust that you are going to be an expert. They're going to want to pay more money, and they're going to use your pictures as inspo. Once that happens, you know you made it. Literally, that's it. So gravitate and work towards that. Okay? So you cannot work without your tools. And I know this is a big part because a lot of people think they need all this makeup, they need all this, luxury Dior and all that in their makeup kit in order to start booking their first paying clients. And I'm here to tell you that is not the truth, okay? So in order to start, I'm going to break a big false belief. Yes, when you want to position yourself as a luxury makeup artist, and that's not going to happen on the first client. That's going to happen a little bit later. You do want to have luxury products. But in order to start, It's okay to have a little bit more affordable makeup. It's okay to have some drugstore makeup. It's okay to have pro approved makeup, which I'll talk more about that. It's okay to have those. Gravitate towards building a kit with a basic makeup kit that has foundations, concealers, obviously blushes, bronzers, neutral eyeshadows. Don't buy eyeshadows with pinks and blues and greens and yellows. Again, you're not gonna probably use them a lot in the beginning. Gravitate towards those, I call those earthy tones, mauves, neutrals, rose golds, things like that. Mascara, lashes, brushes, right? So something that is, again, a simple makeup kit and easy to use and easy to go through, because I see a lot of times with my artists as well, when they have too much makeup, they get lost. It takes them 3 hours to do makeup because they're constantly looking for product. Minimize it, use less. You don't need a ton. Of course, we can get dive into, and this is one of the things we teach in the Makeup Academy, like which exact foundations to have in your makeup kit and which exact concealers for different skin tones. But I'm not gonna go into the technicalities right now. I just want to tell you that you don't need also 40 foundation shades. If you teach yourself or learn good amount of color theory and color matching, you can learn how you need maybe 8 to 10 foundation shades and some color adjusters to adjust those foundations in different undertones without having to overbuy or carry, again, 40 foundation shades. Same thing with concealers and so on. So I focus mostly on buying makeup kits products that are either budget friendly or I love pro approved products. Okay, so I'm going to also talk more about this. Pro approved products are not your products you're going to find on Sephora or even Ulta. They're going to be in pro approved stores such as Nimes, Friends Beauty, Cinema. It's not Cinema Secrets, it's Cinema something. I forgot right now on top of my mind. There's one more store, and I typically buy from Nimes. They have a physical store in LA as well, or I buy from Friends Beauty. And those are pro stores that carry ton of brands, even your typical, brands you're gonna find at Sephora, like Huda Beauty, NARS, Anastasia Beverly Hills, and so on. But also they're gonna carry these pro-approved products. Those products are gonna be products like Graftobian. Actually, our makeup kits contain these products from Graftobian. Just Google it. It's a really cool pro-approved brand. For example, NYX, I love NYX as well. Crayolan, Benai, RCMA. Those brands are very, very good for pros because when they make them, they have pros in mind. What I mean by that is their packaging is very light. They have more colors. Let's say the foundation palettes are 18 shades, I think they have, or so, some even more or less. They have contour and highlight palettes with like 8 shades inside. They have blushes with 8 shades inside. So they make these products with a mind of a makeup artist who's going to work on a lightest to the deepest skin tone. Versus when you're buying Huda Beauty, Anastasia, NARS, and all those, yes, we use them as pro makeup artists because they perform very well and they have great coverage, but they don't have pros in mind when they're making those products. They have a regular, everyday woman going and buying one foundation shade, one blush shade, and paying $36 for one blush, right? So that's the reason why I gravitate and help my artists also build kits with pro products. So when I'm buying a palette, let's say Graftobian's palette that our students get in the kit, one of the blush palettes retails for $94. But again, you have 6 shades inside versus one blush can be $24 to $36. I literally just bought a blush yesterday at Ulta. It was a MAC blush, Lovejoy. I wanted something like a warmer tone, kind of like a bronzer slash blush, and it was like $36. So I was like, oh my freaking God, like $36 for one color, right? It's a good blush. I love it, but it's one color. So as a makeup artist, sometimes you get overwhelmed because you're like, well, I gotta buy, for light woman and for, medium and then for tan woman and then for a deep woman. And then if I buy 4 blushes, it's already like $200 or $180, right? So again, look in those products and brands like these. And oftentimes you won't know because influencers are not gonna talk about these brands. YouTube, again, those people who create videos, unless they're pro makeup artists, they're not going to talk about these colors or these brands. They're going to talk about, again, your everyday user, Sephora, Ulta, things like that, which again, they work and perform very well. It's just as a beginner, it's not realistic to buy 40 foundation shades or even 18 foundation shades and have, spent 36 or not even $46 on a foundation bottle, right? So next thing is sanitation. This is going to make or break your business. Sanitation is the number one thing to learn or to understand how to stay sanitized, how to sanitize your products, how to eliminate or avoid contamination or contamination between clients, how not to double dip into products, which products you can go directly in, which products you have to depot, put on a plate or somewhere else, and then use that way. So this is important to educate yourself. Again, you can either go to a makeup academy or educate yourself on importance of sanitation, how to present yourself when you go to appointment, how to present your makeup kit, how to pack, and how to also open up your makeup kit and organize. So when you're doing makeup, you stay organized and clean because clients notice everything. This is literally the reason why you're going to get booked again or referred or not. You can have the best makeup service on earth. Your makeup can look amazing. It can last 2 days. They might love it. But if your sanitation is not there and you don't have alcohol, you don't wash your brushes, you open up your palette, they're all dirty and powdery, the clients are not going to come back. If you're late, if you're dirty, right? If you have a bad smell or bad breath or dirty nails, right? They're not going to book you again. It's so important. This is someone's face. So people are very grossed out. And then if you are not that person to be up to their standards, no matter how good the service is, you're not going to get booked. That's why I said your makeup can be 80% there, meaning like it could be better. You see improvements, but okay, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to practice and get better. But everything else is amazing. You're on time. Your sanitation is on point. Your products are good. You are organized. You're not distracted. You are someone they can trust. They're going to book with you again, even though there could be maybe some mistakes or something that they're like, maybe she could be a little bit better, but I'm going to let that slide. I'm going to let her know next time how to fix, right? So this is why this is important. Good affordable lighting, okay? So good lighting is the key. It literally is the key to how your makeup is going to look like on the photos, okay? Because yes, you want to do good makeup in person, but in order to attract clientele, we need to take good photos. In order to attract next client, in order to get more money, get paid, we need to promote our services. This is, a big, I have sometimes students show up to my coaching calls and they, let's say, just completed their hands-on training and they're like, well, Nicolina, I'm not booking my first paying client. And I'm like, well, show me your social media. Are you promoting yourself? Well, I haven't really been posting. I posted like 6 months ago or 3 months ago. And I'm like, I'm gonna call them out. I'm gonna be like, well, where's your content? I'm gonna talk about the content as well. But we cannot anymore pretend that social media is not a thing. Social media is the number one, for me at least, money-making activity, meaning that comes first. And many makeup artists, they want to become or be just makeup artists. But I always say this, and I teach this to my students as well. When you do makeup, that is 20% of the job that you do makeup. So what you actually want to be is only the 20%. 80% is booking the client, promoting to that client, washing your brushes, getting ready, education, getting certifications, getting, credibility, going to makeup stores, testing product, coming home again, promoting again, creating content, editing videos for hours, right? Like that's the 80%. Once that client books, pays their deposit, you just need to fulfill the service. So that's only 20%. A lot of artists, they only want to do the 20%. Like, I didn't sign up to all this because, I just want to be a makeup artist. Yes, you want to be a makeup artist, but now in this day and age, we got to think differently. We got to think as a professional, first of all, second of all, business owner, third of all, personal brand. We got to build a personal brand in order for people to trust us and want to work with us. People would work more with personal brands than any other brand name or just a logo on a photo on Instagram. Okay, keep that in mind. So I know that also many don't want to show their face. They're afraid of judgment or they don't like how they look. They maybe gained a couple of pounds or they're a little bit overweight or whatever the reason is that we tell ourselves that we justify the reason we're not on social media. We have to stop that because really you are hurting yourself, your brand, your image, your bank account by listening to this little small voice in your head telling you all these, I call those excuses for not posting. So going back to lighting, you don't need a fancy camera. You can literally use your iPhone. Doesn't matter, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't even know what's the newest phone right now. Doesn't matter. Samsung, doesn't matter. You need your phone. I prefer iPhones just because when you take photos of the client's makeup look, I've seen with students a lot of times with iPhone and Android, Android changes somehow, puts a filter. I don't know, changes the makeup look. iPhone usually shows true to face, I mean, true to color. And then you need a ring light. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be a 14-inch, 18-inch, usually what I use. And you need a handheld light, like a little small panel light. And when you take photos, I typically don't use the ring light because ring light has a ring, so it gives a different lighting. I use a panel light. So I have one right now in front of me. So I'm going to just show you. I have this little small one that I just attach on my computer. This is when I'm filming. I can use this, but it's not bright enough. I use a little bit bigger one. And there is one on Amazon that is $35, I think. Usually these are like about $100, but I found one very affordable. Our students love it. If you type in Enegon, Enegon, Enegon light, like a little panel light, and you can kind of control the brightness, you can control the warmth as well, you can do all the things. Nice small panel handheld light, best thing for your work. So get yourself small light like that. Literally $35. You don't need to spend thousands, 300 on the lighting system and all that in the beginning. Of course, if you have more panels, or you have those like two panels that you want to use for your studio at home, let's say, those are great. But when you travel, typically I like to bring that small panel. My makeup look always hits, like whenever I do them with that lighting. And then lastly, you don't need 50 products. You don't need 100 products to get started, okay? Meaning like 50 different blushes and 50 different bronzers and contours. Like you need a makeup kit that's clean, sanitized, that you have all the colors you need, that you don't need, again, all the yellows and blues and greens yet. Start with more neutrals, mauves, like I said, earthy tones. Start with palettes and don't overbuy. Many artists focus on buying eyeshadows and they just buy 16,000 eyeshadows, but then they don't have even a moisturizer in the makeup kit. So again, don't be that makeup artist. You don't need 16,000 eyeshadow palettes. You need like two, maybe. So be mindful of buying because in the beginning, you're not making money yet. Or you're making money, but you're not charging your full price like you should as a makeup artist. So don't overspend. You don't need 100 brushes. You need a set of 15, 20 brushes, okay? So you can obviously know how to wash them. So like start slowly, reinvest as soon as you start making money, okay? Don't overthink this process, just start. I hope this part is making sense. More people are joining us. Okay, love it. Okay, I'm gonna just take a sip of water. I want to ask you guys before I proceed, I want to make sure you guys are not sleeping on me. Does this make sense? If you guys can just drop me a thumbs up or no, I'm confused, or, again, I'm not going to respond questions. I just want to see, I want to make sure you guys are actually following. If you don't mind just saying yes or thumbs up or anything like that, I just want to make sure you guys are with me here. I didn't lose you yet, okay? Yes, it does. Great and great insight. Love it. Thank you, Maida. Marie said yes. Kajal said yes. Who is else? Bella, yes. Travetta, yes. Yes, loving it. Extremely helpful. Okay. Planning on going to esthetician school, not sure if it's worth it. I'm a student in the esthetician program. Okay, graduating to cosmetology tomorrow. I love it. You guys love. Wow, Giselle, that is awesome. You're graduating cosmetology school. I'm sure it's been overdue. I went 900 hours. I couldn't wait to clock out. So I'm sure you're like already at that stage, like I cannot wait to graduate. Awesome. Love it, you guys. Thank you so much for letting me know that you guys are here, not sleeping on me. Sometimes, I'm teaching classes in the academy. And then sometimes when we have like a demo like this, I dim the lights because we're doing a, presentation and the students like dozing off or like in the back. And I'm like, come on, don't sleep on me here. Okay. So I want to make sure you guys are not. Okay. So again, going back now to practicing. Okay. I'm going to share a really cool insight with you guys. That when it comes to practicing, because again, a lot of people tell me like, well, or students, oh, I just moved here. I don't have friends. I don't have no one to practice on. No one wants me to do their makeup. I book them and then they bail on me or they tell me yes, but then sometimes something comes up and then they don't show up, right? So this is a big problem because people are like, why am I gonna sit in your chair for you to do makeup and then get pictures from me and then post, and what am I getting from this, right? So I'm gonna share a really cool insight how you can get people to actually practice who want to sit in your chair. So but in this part, I want to like I said, break down that old belief. I need to be confident to start practicing. We're going to break that down or eliminate that old false belief. New belief is in order to get confident, I need to start practicing. Okay. So in order to get confident, I need to start practicing. And this is the most important thing right now is that practice. So I want you guys to screenshot this, remember this, whatever it is, get into that mindset of I need to start practicing. Do an inventory. When was the last time you did someone's makeup? When was the last time you practiced? When was the last time you took content? Do an inventory of your hobby or business at the moment, doesn't matter which stage you are in the past month or 2 months, and tell me, or you don't have to tell me, tell yourself how many times have you practiced. Okay. So typically this takes about 3 to 6 months in order to start. Again, if someone's doing it on their own, 3 to 6 months to start practicing, to start getting those, I guess, friends, family, cousins, people who want to get in their chair and they can do makeup on them. But I say this, practice on family, friends, and classmates, anyone you can ask and anyone you can have in your chair. Don't tell them, let me know when you're available. They're not going to let you know. Life gets in the way. They have kids, they have jobs, they have their own problems, right? You got to tell them when you can or when you are available. If you work a full-time job, set aside, let's say on a weekly basis, set one day, 6 hours, 4 hours aside. I'm sure you have that time. If it's important, you'll carve out time, right? So we always find ways or excuses. So don't find excuses, find ways, and tell them, hey, I'm available on Saturday between this and this. Which time frame works for you, or which Saturday works for you in this month, right? Book them, make sure they show up, make sure to follow up with them. If you cannot find those people, I'll share other ideas where you can find people who would love to get their makeup done. But right now, again, do at least 15 to 20 practices, at least in the span of, I don't know, 2, 3 months, 6 months, doesn't matter. Do at least those that many people, because you need data. Data means you have to go to a certain amount of people in order to get better. You need data to see where you lack, where do you need help, where do you feel like you struggle. Maybe brows, you're like, you do them so good and you're like, you can do brows like this, but an eyeliner or eyeshadow, you're just like stuck every time. Then take practice time and just practice eyeshadow, or it's vice versa. Eyeshadow, you nail the eyeshadow, but then color match, it's like, I cannot get this freaking color match to, I just cannot figure it out. Like they always look yellow, they always look orange. Learn, why are they looking orange? What do I need to do in order to avoid my clients constantly looking orange, right? So like then narrow down and then just practice that one problem that you're facing or two problems that you're facing in makeup appointments. Take before and after photos. Doesn't matter how good it looks. Doesn't matter. Just take them. Start taking behind the scenes videos, photos of anything you do, because that's how you do. That's how you take progress photo or progress content, and you can see how well you're doing now after those 10, 20, 30, doesn't matter phases, because it's important to see where you're at. Many people don't take photos because they just don't want it. They're lazy, they forget, whatever it is. Remind yourself to take those progress photos. Use this time to get comfortable, okay? Because these people are not someone who are paying you. So get comfortable with blending matching skin tones, using time wisely. Pay attention. Don't just be yapping with your friends and family and doing their makeup. Actually pay attention. Actually make sure to do makeup in like under hour and a half. That's optimal. Usually hour and a half to 2 hours, for those more luxury, clients or clients with big events, it's okay to take more time. But those clients who are like, okay, I just want to get my makeup done. Typical service should be done in about an hour and a half. Like I'm not the fastest makeup artist, so I'm not going to tell you go do it in 45 minutes like some makeup artists can. I take hour 10, hour 15, hour 30 usually. That's optimal time, but no one wants to sit in a chair for 6 hours. Okay, so that's why you practice, because you can get better and faster each time. Okay. Ask for feedback. Okay, this is important because these friends and family are going to be someone who are going to be your first guinea pigs. Ask for feedback. Ask them what your experience was. What do you think I should improve on? Because they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you, if they want good for you, they're not going to sugarcoat it and be like, well, my makeup looked a little too oily, or I got oily, or I creased under eye, or, my eyeshadow creased. And then pay attention. Okay, her under eye creased and her eyeshadow creased. Let me figure out what the problem is. Try to find and figure out that problem. right? So we need to understand what the problem is and why certain things creased. That's one of the reasons why actually in our coaching calls, that's exactly what we do. Students who complete our hands-on training, we offer 1 year of coaching calls. So they're able to show up and show me the photos and videos of their work and tell me, hey, Nicolina, I did makeup yesterday on my friend, her under eye creased. What did I do wrong? So we can troubleshoot it, right? But in this case, if you're on your own, obviously doing this, try to figure out, Google, research, YouTube, why is my under eye creasing? Maybe I'm using too much product. Maybe I'm not using enough product. Am I setting? What product am I using? Right? So try to figure that out. And again, this is the reason why it takes longer when you do it on your own, because you don't have anyone telling you, but it's not done or not possible to be done even if you're trying to figure out on your own why certain things are, not working the way you wanted it. Every practice session is a mini lesson. Okay, take it as that. Take it as I'm just practicing, I'm getting better. Don't get discouraged. A lot of people get discouraged too. It doesn't go their way, it doesn't look perfect. They just get discouraged and they're like, okay, I'm done. I throw the towel, right? And then they leave. It's almost like like a child that gets frustrated because someone stole their toy, right? Like, don't get frustrated like that. Push through the imperfect, push through the hard, push through when things don't go the right way. Push through that. Okay, keep reminding yourself, keep building your mental strength to push through hard times. Okay, so that's one of the reasons I talk about Dunning-Kruger effect. I want to just share this real quick because it applies a lot to makeup artists as well. Maybe you can find yourself in this, or maybe a friend of yours. A lot of people, they love something, they want to start something new, and they find, let's say, makeup, right? And they're like, oh, I'm gonna go and get certification, let's say. They go to school. And then they're so excited because they know a lot, but they're still like, they don't know nothing, they don't know much about makeup. So they're still like, okay, this is exciting. I'm going to be so good at this. I'm going to be amazing at this. They go to school, they come to our class, let's say, or it doesn't matter, go to someone else. And then they realize, okay, I'm here. Now I know how much I don't know. By listening all this and I thought I know, but now I'm clueless about makeup. I thought I knew, but now I know I don't know nothing about this. Their confidence goes down because they understand how they're not competent, meaning they don't know nothing about this. They're realizing their confidence goes down. Again, in the beginning, they were so excited, their confidence was amazing, but then it goes down and then they get frustrated. And then they start working on models. They're like, oh, this doesn't work. Oh man, why is it like they get like almost like literally I see them sometimes they just want to like throw in the towel and be like, I'm done. This is not for me. I'm done. And then many do quit in that part. Not that there are students, but in general, people quit when they're feeling like that. And then they try to find something else. Oh, you know what? I saw a lash course. Maybe the lash course might help me. Let me go and see. Oh, I got so excited. I signed up. I paid the fee. Oh, I'm going to be so good at lashes. Then you start doing lashes. You realize how you suck at lashes too, because you didn't give it enough time. Then you go and like, oh, I saw a course on how to trade stocks. And now like, ew, it's a quick money. I'm going to do this. And then you start doing that and you're like, oh, I actually suck at this too, right? So a lot of people just keep getting the new thing because it sounds exciting. It's a shiny syndrome. It's something new. It's something exciting. Then when they just start doing it, they get into the trenches, they get into the hard part, they quit. They give up and quit and move on. So maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you're someone who keeps jumping from a thing to a thing, or maybe you have a friend who does that every year or every 6 months. She's doing a new course and you're like, what the hell is going on? That's usually the reason why. So that's what I'm saying. With these practice sessions, stick out to it, work on it, figure out why it doesn't work. Why? Because there's no way, it's literally physics. There's no way if you don't do something good enough, or it doesn't have to be good, 10 times, no matter how awful you do, the 11th time, you're going to learn something from it. You're going to get at least a little bit better, right? So don't give up. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so now we get to the step 3, the good part, building a portfolio, setting up your presence. So now let's imagine we have been doing makeup on friends and family, cousins, whatever. And now actually I'm going to share how you can also get someone else to use for practice if you feel like you don't have friends and family to work on, how you can find people. So this might take about 4 to 6 months, okay? So finding photographers, and I'm going to share how you can find photographers. Finding photographers, models, hairstylists, event planners, coordinators, anyone that is open to work for trade for print, okay? TFP. I don't know if you heard of that term, TFP, trade for print. This is when people who offer certain services like makeup, hairstyling, photography, it doesn't matter. They come together and they create content together. No one pays anyone, but they get content from this. And now they all can go to their social medias and promote it. Okay. I'll tell you one secret that I actually, in the beginning of my business, I didn't really use my clientele as, I would say, as content to post on social media to promote my service because I didn't have a lot of clientele in the beginning. I had a client a week. So that's not enough, right? It wasn't enough for me in the beginning. I would book these sessions. I would find people. I'll tell you how to find them. I would find these people because there are people literally ready to work with you, especially makeup artistry. Makeup artistry is one of the most expensive after photography services in these industries where people are trying to get content, right? Makeup artists is usually the most expensive. So people are looking for makeup artists or people who are more in the beginning stages building portfolios to do makeup so that those obviously photos look good. So in the beginning, I would do a lot of these collaborations, but I would promote it as if it's my client. No one knows it wasn't a paid client. No one needs to know. I'm not going to post, oh, this is a model from a trade for print shoot. Doesn't matter. I'm going to post a caption that talks about how I want to book my next client, talks about a promo or whatever it is, right? So this is also one of the things I want to explain. So this is how you find them. Find people on Instagram, Facebook groups. Of Instagram is, or sorry, Facebook group is my favorite. This is a lot of times we use this also when we travel to cities because we travel 25 cities and we'll need models to actually practice on. So when we cannot find models, we tell our students to look in these Facebook groups. You're going to go to a Facebook group and you're going to search, let's say Las Vegas, or model Las Vegas, or photographer Las Vegas, or weddings Las Vegas, or trade for print Las Vegas. Okay, so you're just going to search these keywords and then either trade for print or model or photographer. You're going to find Facebook groups. Literally 20 people, 20,000 people, 5,000 people, 7,000 people, depends on the city. Bigger the city is obviously bigger communities there are of people literally every day posting in these groups. I'm looking for a makeup artist. I'm having a photo shoot. I'm doing a trade for print. I'm collaborating. I'm doing like literally people posting daily asking for makeup artists. You can find models, people, girls actually trying to get to be models. They need portfolios, right? So you can actually find them. If you're looking for models, you can post there too. Hey, I'm looking for a model, this race or this color or this eye shape or this age group, doesn't matter, or anyone who is open to you. I actually gave you a little script here, so screenshot this. You can post this. You can actually post that you're looking for models to work and offer complimentary lessons, or sorry, not lessons, sessions. Just tell them, as long as you are comfortable in front of camera and I can use these photos for me to promote my work, I would love to work with you. Literally, do this as a test. Post tomorrow. Post in one of your local Facebook groups. You're literally going to get flooded with inquiries. Okay. This is the key too. Not everyone, people are flaky. When it's something for free, people are flaky. So you can incorporate something like, $20 once you show up, I'm going to refund it to you. Or, you can maybe incorporate something like that. You can test it out, or you can just tell them, hey, let's meet, whatever, my house, your house, let's meet and do it for free. Sometimes there's people who collaborate at certain like studios, so then you can go to a studio, you figure it out, right? So collaborate with people, make sure that obviously they're going to show up, follow up with them. So they don't flake because, people sometimes will flake because it's free and sometimes they're like, oh, something came up. It's life. But again, make sure to actually follow up with those people to make sure, again, they show up. But there's no excuses because I'll tell you this, when you depend on your friends and family to build your portfolio and to be there to practice on, some are going to be amazing and super supportive, but some are not. They're not going to believe in you in the beginning. They're not because they're not seeing results yet. They're seeing you spending money. They're seeing you loving makeup. They're seeing you doing not as good makeup yet. They're not going to believe, But then you meet people in these Facebook groups, in these collaboration groups, in these networking events who are like-minded. They're in the same boat as you are. They're also beginners. They're also struggling in the beginning because they're trying to find someone to practice on. They're struggling to build their portfolios, getting their first paying client. Not struggling, but you know what I mean, like trying to. And then they understand you. They see you. They know where you're at. Other business owners are more, I would say, supportive than sometimes your friends and family who don't trust. They have a 9 to 5, they have their life, they have kids, and they're just not trusting that you are going to be good at this. But then you got to prove them wrong, because then you don't quit. Because if you quit, they'll be like, well, I told you so. I told you you'll quit. You got to prove them wrong. You're going to say, well, yeah, okay, sounds good. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And don't tell about your life too much to friends and family, because then they get in your head. So what I'm trying to say is no excuses. Every city, every state, we live in America. You can find people literally anywhere you want and find them like this to practice on or work on. You can find them on Instagram as well. Typically, my rule of thumb is if I see someone who has a social media account with a low amount of followers, 100 followers, 200 followers, 300 followers, I can now find them on the Instagram. I can search Las Vegas photographer, because now you can search as a keyword on Instagram as well, or Las Vegas hairstylist, Las Vegas model, Las Vegas straight for print. I can actually search people like that. And if I see they're like maybe have 10 photos or they're not really established as much, I will reach out to them. Hey, I see you in the same area as I am. I'm up and coming makeup artist. I'm looking to build a portfolio. Are you open for trade for print? This is a nice way of asking, do you do work for free? Right? So you can again collaborate, because you can get content from that. Okay, so there's no excuses. Literally, there's no excuses to find people that are like-minded like you. And again, this is that same DM I was just saying, our script for a DM that I was just saying. So you can ask them like, hey, are you open for trade from print, right? Then you're going to use these photos to post. You're going to use this content. We actually just had our student, Tarzana. She's from San Diego. She just posted, literally, we have a community of students on Facebook. And she just posted the other day that she got reached out to, I believe that's what she said, with for a collaboration opportunity. It wasn't paid, but she got reached out to do makeup for a photo shoot. And she posted photos. Oh my God, you guys, those photos look amazing. I wish I could show you right now. They look so good. And I was like, really? This was like an up and coming photographer? Like the photos look like someone paid $2,000 for these branding shoots. And they actually took photos of her working as well, and took photos of her client in chair. I was blown away. She was like, it was the best experience. I have ton of content, and that content can be posted for the next 6 months. It's not something you post one photo and one video and that's it. You create content when you go there, behind the scenes videos, post a reel. They're going to send you content, tag each other, because when they start referring each other, they're going to think of you. If these photographers get actually their first paying clients, and they're like, hey, I want to, I also need a makeup artist because you showed up on time and you were sanitary and you were good to work with, they're going to think of you and actually send you paid jobs. That's exactly what I did when I moved here to sorry guys, I'm like, it's 6 p.m. My brain is a little scrambled today. When I moved to Vegas, when I moved from East Europe, I was 21 at the time, $700 in my pocket, immigrant, waiting on my green card, didn't know anyone, left my friends and family behind, didn't know no one here, didn't know go to cosmetology or high school here until I went to cosmetology school. Like, I needed people to work on. I needed people to practice on. I found people. I went to networking events. I went to Facebook groups. I went to Instagram, and I started reaching out. Hey, I was annoying. I was annoying as hell. People were probably like, oh, this girl again. But I got my way. I got my opportunities because I didn't care. My English was bad. I was making mistakes. I was writing mistakes. I was probably saying nonsense to these people at the time because my English was very bad, but I didn't care. I didn't let circumstances, my social status, my papers, my immigration status, my language stop me. There's no reason it should stop you, okay? Reach out, create opportunities for yourself. No one's coming to save you, okay? I'm here to tell you that. But it doesn't mean you cannot do it. You can do it 100%, okay? So, last thing before I get started to the step number 4 is you do not need a website, okay? You need an Instagram page. For those of you who follow me, this is my page. I already have 21,000 followers. We grow fast, but if you don't follow me, please do. If you don't mind, please tag me or screenshot this. I would love to see you that you're watching this. Tag me on social media. I love to see you guys and repost. And you don't need a website. You don't need a website. You need an Instagram page. When someone asks you, what's your portfolio? Where you at? You just share them your Instagram page. That's why I cannot say this enough, how Instagram is important. That's your portfolio. You don't need a fancy booking page. You don't need an LLC. You don't need all that yet. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but not yet. You need make a page. You need a simple name, your name beauty, your name glam, your name makeup, makeup by your name, doesn't matter. Something simple. Don't overthink a logo. Don't spend money on logos. Don't spend money on trademarks yet or, none of that. Like it doesn't matter. Business names doesn't matter. Use your name. Build a personal brand around your name. Think of Makeup by Mario. Makeup by Mario. He built his brand by his name. Kylie Jenner. Kylie Cosmetics, Kim Kardashian, all of them built their personal brands first before building businesses and selling products. Okay? Patrick Ta, Patrick Starr, Hindash, I mean, Kelsey Bain, again, Selena Makeup, like all these artists that we follow now, use their first name, first and last name. That's it. You don't need to overcomplicate this, okay? Don't spend time thinking about the business name. It doesn't matter. Excuse me, guys. And as I was saying, post your practice work. Even if it's not perfect yet, share whatever you can behind the scenes, share your packing, share you doing the things. You don't just share your clients' photos, okay? Or models in this stage. Share also yourself working as well. Share yourself how you're get a tripod. Like really get a tripod because I have this tripod I'm going to share with you guys. It's one of these tripods that has a magnetic thing on the back. So I have a magnetic how do you call it, like a case on my phone that has this, and my tripod just sticks like this. This is the best investment I've ever put or bought. It was like $25 on Amazon. So it's so easy. I don't have to like, open, put my phone, adjust, like it's so easy. It obviously goes up and down. Whenever I want to create content of me doing something, let's say we travel and I'm creating content of me packing the makeup kits or setting up or, training or hosting a training or helping students, it takes me 10 seconds to pop a tripod and start recording myself. Out of these videos, I create a reel super easy. I use a CapCut. I create a super easy reel of 10, 15 seconds, me in action. It gives credibility to my business. Okay, tripod is your best friend. That's why I have this little guide too. If I need to record myself doing makeup or something, I can just pop this on my phone, and this is my whole setup. And I can take this on my bag. If I'm a little, I can pop this on on the airport. Christine and I, we were so funny. First time we were traveling to Portland, I believe we flew with first class. We got upgraded. We were so excited to be in first class. We were literally recording the whole thing, like me, her, recording her, we popping up the tripods, lighting. Everyone was looking at us like these chicks lost their minds. We were so excited. It was my first time on the first class last year. So I was like, okay, we got to record this all for the gram. Don't be afraid and don't be shy. I know people are going to look at you like you're crazy. You went and grabbed coffee and you're working on your laptop in a coffee shop. It's super cute aesthetics. Your makeup looks good. Pop a tripod. No one cares. They want to see you for 10 seconds and move on, okay? Pop a tripod and show yourself working behind the scenes, you setting up, you breaking down, you doing the makeup. Show yourself, show your face, show your personality. That's what makes you you. I cannot stress this enough, okay? People will want to work with you because of you, okay? So share whatever you can. Add a clear bio. What you do, where you're based, how to contact you, how to book with you. That's all you need to have, okay? So who you are. I have CEO, Glam Sophisticated, excuse me, Makeup Academy. 850 students. Again, this was, I think I changed it now to thousands, 1,000, but now we have obviously more students. So I keep changing my bio pretty much every 2 months because it does change. We were recently on the Vegas Morning Blend. It's like one of those shows, like a morning show. That was really cool. It gives credibility. So I added that. If you ever get published or have something where people can actually find you on a different source, like a newspaper, local newspaper, whatever it is, make sure to put that in your bio. Again, credibility. Once you have certain amount of clients, served over 200 brides, served over 100 brides, served over 50 brides, doesn't matter, right? Once you have that credibility, keep adding and keep changing. The more brides you have, keep changing. Students, again, in my case, I keep changing it like every 1, 2, 3 months. What you offer and how to book with you. You cannot see here right now if we click on more, but I do have a little call to action, I call it. Like click the link in my bio, click here for more information, DM me to book an appointment. You got to tell people what to do on your page. Again, so where you're based is also very important because people need to understand where are you located, okay? Where are you located? I used to have, and I used to do makeup as a makeup artist here in Vegas, just makeup. I would have here next to Nicolina, it would say Las Vegas makeup artist. I would suggest doing that. Again, Right now, I have Makeup Academy because people oftentimes search. When they go to a search bar, they're not going to search your name because they don't know you yet. They're going to search Chicago makeup artist, Las Vegas makeup artist, Florida makeup artist, Miami makeup artist, right? They're going to search a keyword. So you want to put that in your name. You have a username and a name. You want to put this in the name portion, who you are. I would put, again, your city, makeup artist or professional makeup artist, certified or whatever credibility you have to or license doesn't matter, right? So you want to put that in your bio because that is very, very important. And then obviously your content, content. First nine-ish posts are the most important posts. So if they don't reflect who you are and what you do, people are going to exit out. So you want those first nine to always be your top posts or top makeup looks or those first three pinned posts. Maybe one can be about like, get to know me. Hi, my name is, introduce yourself. And then two can be, how to book with me. And then one can be your best work so people can see your social media or see your portfolio. Because people, again, makeup is visual. People are going to see that makeup and again, make a decision 3 seconds before they click out and go to someone else. But those first, the bio, your photo, if your photo is bad, if it's like a black and white, you know, blurry selfie photo, they're not going to trust you. They're going to think, she's still a hobbyist. People don't want to work with hobbyists. They want to work with professionals. They don't need to know that yet you're still maybe practicing on live or actual models, but not paying clients. You need to present yourself in a light as a professional makeup artist in order to be taken seriously as a professional makeup artist. And that's why a lot of people are not confident to promote because they know their clients are not going to perceive them as professional. They're afraid to ask for payment because they're not confident. They'd rather do it for free because it's their passion, but then go home and beat themselves up because they didn't charge, they didn't tell them it's going to cost them this much. So don't be that person, right? Start slowly. So, start small, but start, right? So offer now when you start charging, right? In the beginning, if you're not yet confident to start charging, a full price, which I always say makeup is a luxury service. Makeup shouldn't be $50, but start with a lower price. Start 50, 75, 80, start lower to build yourself and your confidence that you are asking for a payment, first of all, to build confidence in your service and to validate yourself that someone actually pays you for your service. Someone actually wants to pay you, whether it's 40, whether it's 50, whether it's 25, doesn't matter. Start with something. Don't let other people tell you, well, you are a makeup artist, should be charging 150. Yes, you will, but build yourself, build that confidence first, validate that offer. First, you were offering for free services. Now you're offering low paying services. Once you get those 5, 10 people, let's say you made your first $500 with your makeup, then now you know more. You have paying clients, you know how to address them, you know how to book with them. Now it's time to think about the next step, which I'm going to share in a second. So this is what you want to do. Once you have built your social media, once you have practice and people are now looking at you like, oh, she actually does makeup very well. I love her work. Now you're going to post this. I'm looking for 3 clients this month and offering glam for only, let's say 50. Normal price is 150 or 125, doesn't matter, but right now only for 50 and only for 3 clients. You can accept more than 3 clients, but scarcity, only 3 clients. If you have a special event or know someone who does, please share my profile, phone number in my DM. Or first time clients or first 10 clients or first 10 clients, doesn't matter, however you want to frame it, offer that and post. Don't be afraid. Okay, I'm going to challenge you right now. For those that are ready to start posting, for those that are like, oh, I just feel this like cringe promoting myself because we have a cringe for whatever reason, putting ourselves out there, asking for payment, promoting our services, being too loud, whatever the reason it's stopping you to promote your services, get out of that. Post. First time post. Then it's going to get easier and better. Okay. Getting the first yes is the hardest. Okay. Once that happens, your confidence skyrockets. And that's the reason why I want you to start with something lower that you feel comfortable, even though you know deep down you're worth more. But start something lower. Okay. So start promoting. Again, you have to tell people, don't just post a photo of your service and say, my beautiful client Mariana, and then heart. Doesn't tell me anything. post your beautiful client Mariana or Anna, but then say, now for the month of May, I know it's Mother's Day is coming. I'm offering mother and daughter, 2-for-1 service. Great actually example. I just thought of it. It just dawned to me, to start getting, for two, let's say $100, I'll do two services, right? So like, why not? Why not start promoting? Like for those of you who are ready, I want you to start promoting yourself. You never know who's watching. A friend of a friend, a cousin, gift cards. Hey, gift your mom a gift of makeup. I'll come to your home address. I'll glam her up so you guys can go have brunch together. I only have 3 spots available on the Mother's Day, right? Start promoting. Always think about what's coming up, what events, what how do you say it? What promos or what can you do in order to start promoting yourself? Okay. Again, don't just think about, oh, there's no clients, no one's booking me. Start promoting, start getting those clients, okay? Now, once you have gotten those first 10, 15 clients, now it's time to think about the systems, okay? Many people do this before they even have the first paying client. You don't need, a booking system and a contract and all that before you even start. Have those first clients. Now think about how can I elevate my service? How can I elevate my presence? How can I elevate myself and stepping fully into that role as a professional makeup artist? I'm not a hobbyist anymore. Now I'm operating at a different level. Now I need a payment processor. So I'm not just doing Zelle or Venmo. Now I need a contract. Now I need a model release form maybe. Now I made over $600 at makeup. Now it's time for me to get a business license. Now it's time for me to separate my bank account. Now it's time for me to track my expenses so I can write this off at the end of the year, because every dollar you invest in your business, from education to a product to a tool to brushes to whatever it is a write-off. Now we operate differently. Now it's not just I'm a W-2, I'm an employee, I get a check and I go home. Now we're operating differently. We're thinking differently. And we're saving a lot of money because when you actually have your own business, you can write off. I'm in my house right now. 1/3 of my house I use as my office. This is my office here. So it's 1/3 of my house. 30% of my excuse me, guys, 30% of my house every year I write off on my taxes. We recently painted the house outside. 30% of the paint job, which was $3,000, $1,000 I got to write off because I painted my house and I used 30% of my house for business. So you need to educate yourself on that. That's when you pay the least taxes. You pay the most taxes on 9 to 5 because before you even grab that paycheck from your employer, they already deduct your taxes because they wrote off expenses. You don't get to write off anything. As a business owner, you first write off all your expenses and you only pay taxes on your profit, which is what you actually made after taxes. Okay? That's how you make more money. That's how you can supplement your 9 to 5 by, like, what would extra $200 a month do for you? Oh, sorry, $200 a week, which can be, once you start charging $100 per appointment, that's $200 on a weekly basis. That's $800 monthly. What can that do for you in addition to what you're making right now? Which 2 appointments can take, let's say, 4 hours with travel back and forth and cleaning brushes. 4 hours of your time. What can that do for you? 5 appointments. What can $500 extra a week, in addition to what you're making, do for your budget, for your household on a monthly basis? $2,000 extra. That's groceries and a car payment and gas and extra stuff, right? In addition to your paycheck or maybe your husband's paycheck, right? So makeup can allow this for you. Excuse me, guys, from all this talking, but straining, my voice has been like, I'm losing my voice. So like, think about that, right? Now we're operating differently. Now we're thinking, now we're not emotional anymore. We're thinking about actual business owners, okay? So now you guys, you have two choices, right? You can take everything I shared and I hope you guys took screenshots of everything I shared and you can start implementing it. Start implementing it today. And it's going to take you a little bit longer. You're not going to have guideline. It's fine. You can still do the self-taught route. Many makeup artists have. Just might take you a little bit longer trying to figure it out. Maybe 1.5 to 2.5 years, right? Or you can join a program, get a mentor, get a coach, someone to tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, teach you step by step, show you your mistakes, show you how to fix them, how to become confident, how to get those first paying clients, where you can start booking your first paying clients in as early as, I don't know, I say 6 to 8 months very like conservatively, to be honest. We have students who are booking their first paying clients literally a week after completing their hands-on training. excuse me, we recently had our student Faith in our Las Vegas makeup class, and she literally texted me a week after, or 2 weeks after her hands-on training, and she said that the model who came to be a model for her said, no one has ever done my makeup. So she was literally a model for her in the class, said, no one has ever done my makeup like this. I want to book you, have a event coming up. And she made her first, I'm not sure how much exactly she charged, but she actually made her first money 2 weeks after the training while she's still in the coaching, right? So again, you have two options, you have two choices. How fast you want to go, it's up to you. I'm always the type of person who I want to make my money as soon as possible. I want to get my investment as soon as possible, right? So this is exactly like I said, one of the students like Faith, Socorro. I love this story from Socorro. She took her class in Las Vegas in November 2025. I saw her in January. We had a class and we invited her to be a model. She came in to be a model. After the class, she was telling me, Nicolina, I gotta tell you something. I was like, what? What happened? Like, want to talk to me? She was like, I gotta tell you something. That's why I asked her, I was like, Socorro, can you please text me this? Because I want to have this in a text form. So she was telling me right after the training, she was posting and she explained this here. She said, right after finishing my hands-on makeup class, I shared photos of my participation in the Glam Sophisticated Makeup Academy on WhatsApp. Shortly after, I was hired to do the makeup for three bridesmaids for a wedding taking place just a month and a half later. So literally, like I think it was December when she had this wedding. I'll be honest, I felt scared and nervous at first, but I told myself, yes, I can do this. From that moment on, I fully committed to preparing myself. I focused on completing my professional makeup kit, researching prices, both online and in stores, and carefully selecting every product and tool I needed. Another challenge was improving timing for each service. And I wanted to, she wanted to get better because she was a little slower. So at my job, I began asking coworkers to practice on them, especially like applying false lashes and applying makeup, eyeliner, even full makeup look. Thanks to all that practice and dedication, my clients were extremely happy, and I charged 120 per makeup service. I believe she told me she had 4 clients that day. So she made $400, $480 that day, literally from one appointment, one makeup, I would say party or bridal party. You can make up to like 300 to 500 minimum, which takes maybe 4 or 5 hours to do on a more early, maybe Saturday morning. Admarsh took our class in Miami in 2025, and she texted me this in January. I'm so happy this month has been my best sales month. I love this course so much. You're the best girls. I'm finally done with my payments. She still had some payments to pay for a course. Without makeup, I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. Like literally, she went all in makeup. She is such a good makeup artist already. She was just not confident yet. And then once she took our program, she got her certification. That's one of the things too. When people take our program and they get that diploma, it validates them as well. Now, when they talk to their clients and they say, hey, I actually went through a professional program. I learned makeup. I understand sanitation. I understand products, formulations. I know different skin types and skin tones. Now they're like, okay, they're more confident too, because it gives them credibility. They know they're not just learning on YouTube. So clients can perceive them differently and even pay more for their service now. Denise has been in our program. She's been already doing makeup actually, took a pause, had a full-time job. In January 2025, she said, I enrolled in this academy and it changed my whole life. I met awesome people. My skills were revamped because again, she took a big pause and updated. And now I do makeup full time instead of just a side hustle. She said, don't stop. I love that she posted this. This is our private group, MUA Boss Lounge. And I love that she posted that because she knows other artists are probably going through those beginner stages. So she wanted to really not educate, but motivate them. Felicia, she took our class in Phoenix just this year. And before even joining the hands-on training, she joined in our online program first. And she said, I really enjoy listening to the self-image video, changing your programming. I believe it's very important to change your perspective of how you view yourself. It truly teaches you that becoming a MUA isn't just about beautifying people, but it starts with beautifying yourself from the inside out. I love how Nicolina broke that video down. And the reason I do that, because in the online program, we give you access right away when you join. So you can start preparing, watching videos and reframing, I would say rewiring your mind before even joining our hands-on training. So that's what she did right before joining our Phoenix training that she did a wonderful job in. So for those of you that don't know, we are traveling to 25 cities. So if you see a city close to you, I know some of you have been texting in the chat saying that you are in some of these cities or close to these cities. We do have students who, travel. Just screenshot this or take a screenshot. I also have it on my Instagram. You can see exactly which cities we're going to be in and which dates. Our trainings are 3 days long, 9 till 5. So if you do see a city, let me know or chat or something. I'm happy to chat more about that. So this is exactly how it looks like. So for those of you who are looking to get a mentor, get a coach, get someone to show them exactly what to do, become confident after leaving our hands-on training, and have a coach after to ask those questions. So you're not on your own once you get your diploma with us. You're not on your own. You're actually working with me, Christine, our social media manager, Ivan. So you can actually become even better after the training. This is exactly how it looks like. So you can get immediate access to our full online academy right away once you join. So you can start learning right away everything we teach inside. We have everything recorded. So this is just something to prepare yourself for the hands-on because we do cover a lot. We've noticed students who cover the online, they are a little bit more prepared before the hands-on, so they know what to expect. We cover makeup fundamentals, all the makeup looks, techniques, step-by-step lessons, business, pricing, positioning, content, social media, pretty much the full makeup and business side. And it's intentional because we want you to walk into the hands-on training already prepared, not overwhelmed. We want you to be able to learn before. So when you walk in, you're like, okay, these lessons are not something I'm hearing first time, right? It's something that I already went through online. Now I'm listening it again in hands-on. It sticks better. We see that people or students have better, information. Just like they do much better when they work on hands-on models. Then you can also start attending our live coaching mentorship calls. We do them live through Zoom like this, but you can actually talk to me in those Zoom calls 3 times a week. So again, every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, and you can ask questions, get feedback on your work, get clarity, techniques, products, next steps, learn from coaches, learn from other students, learn from stories, what they did that you can also implement. So anything you need, we again guide you and coach you through these sessions. We give you 1 year access to the online program and to the coaching sessions. And then I say this is a cherry on top. We come to your city. 3 days, typically Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We work with you, and this 3 day training is where we walk through everything step by step. Again, we dumb it down too simple. So this is for beginners. Even if you haven't done makeup on anyone in your life, let's say you just did your own makeup, we still, I call it dumb it down. Like we literally simplify steps from beginning. Teach you soft glam, bridal, full glam looks. I call those again those classic sophisticated makeup looks. Where you work on live models. This is the best part because I'm able to see you, we're able to see you how you're working, we're able to see you how you're doing, we're able to literally grab your hand if needed, if we need to help you blend the way you're holding your brush or the way you're maybe putting pressure on your client. We can give you that real-time feedback. Our goal by the 3rd day is for you to be able to do makeup by yourself, match by yourself, place proper colors and contours and all that by yourself, and do a full face with minimal guidance. That's what we usually see. Like 95% of students, we give them minimal guidance on the 3rd day because they did such a good job on the first 2 days. And imagine someone there with you for 3 days. Now, first day and the 2nd day and then the 3rd day, you leave so confident. You know exactly what to do. Yes, you still need to practice. You're not going to be the best makeup artist in 3 days, but you'll leave confident, knowing exactly how to mix colors, why things are pulling yellow, why oily skin becomes oily or why it becomes shiny, how to prevent that. Like you know these things now. And then of course we guide you also on taking content and how to present your work as well, because that's the most important part, like I said, when it comes to social media. We continue to work with you after that because I know that after diploma, in the real world, that's where real guidance starts. You need, again, guidance on, questions, feedback, guidance on next steps, portfolio building, pricing, social media, business, confidence, like all that is what comes after. This is the reason why we work with students for a year. So you're not left alone to figure this out. You're actually going to have us guiding you and walking you through everything. We don't disappear. Like again, many classes, you take the class diploma and then you're on your own. This is completely different. Okay. We're there with you live every week on a Zoom call. You can attend and ask us questions. We have a private Facebook group. You can post and ask questions. So you actually have that community of artists that are there for you. Like I said, like-minded. They're there for you. They're supportive. They're very, very uplifting. No mean girl energy. It's a private community. So only students are inside. No friends, no family are going to see your posts. No one's going to judge. We're here to uplift you. So if you're looking for someone to really show you the way and guide you without having to figure it out on your own, this is exactly the program for you. Okay. So if you join our program, our beginner to pro makeup program, you can expect structure. support, real education, hands-on experience, mentorship, and confidence. You also receive a full makeup kit included with your program. We can help you provide models if needed. So no guessing, no guesswork, no figuring out, no like I'll see, good luck on your own. Like, no, this is something that you really are a part of. And we are here to help you. So if this is you, I'm gonna share for those who would love to learn more about how our program works. To secure your spot for any of these trainings that are coming up, you don't need you can put, we also have different payment options as well, but minimum we do require a deposit of only $297. So you don't need to pay the full price at once. Again, we have different tiers. We can walk you through that. And then what we can do for you is we can book a call with one of our team members and you can learn about 3 different packages we offer. We keep our trainings very affordable, you guys. So like, we're not going to charge you 5,000. We're not going to charge you 10,000. We're not going to charge you 3,000. Like we keep it very affordable. If you want to learn more about different packages that we have, again, only $297 deposit to secure a spot, and you can text us at this phone number, 702-745-5515. You guys can see the phone number here. Just text me appointment, and we can get on a call and we can create a plan for you. We have great payment options. We have a Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay. Again, our courses are very, very affordable and it comes with a full package. We have 3 different tiers, and I would love to tell you more about it. So if you guys would love to learn more, please text me. My assistant's gonna be on for another like maybe 30 minutes or so, and I would love to schedule a call with you. We have some availabilities tomorrow. I can personally get on a call if you want as well, and we can discuss more and just figure out how we can help you get started with a training that's coming up in a city close to you. Okay. So let me ask you guys, anyone here? Oh, I see chat. Chat is blowing up. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't even see. I love it. I love it. I love it. Everyone that said I'm pumped. Gabriela says yes, yes, yes. For using translucent powder, is pressed powder better for under the eyes? I use a banana yellow tone. I'm dark skinned. Yes, banana is really good. So translucent and pressed powders are 2 different things. I'm not gonna go into technical part right now because I can talk about powders and translucent powders all day long. They're 2 different things, but just to kind of sum up, if I want my makeup to really last, I use a loose powder first, lightly with a powder puff, and then I use a pressed powder on top. Pressed powder kind of seals everything for me. I don't think the pressed powder lasts for me, meaning like my makeup kind of starts creasing. So I use always loose powder first in a thin layer and then pressed powder on top to kind of like mattify it some more. What are the charges? Okay, I'll go over that. Is 3 days enough for complete beginners? What was the name of that panel light? Panel light is Energon. I think it's Energon or Enegon. I'll post right now here. Energon, I believe. Energon or Enegon. I cannot remember right now. I don't have it with me. Panel light. Kind of like a handheld light. Okay, let's see. Someone had a question. Is 3 days enough for complete beginners? So that's exactly what I was saying. Like, it's not just the 3 days. Yes, 3 days of the hands-on, but like I said, 95% of our students, once they're like at that third day, I see them like I mindfully look at them and I'm like, hey, do you need some help? They're like, no, I got it. No, I got it. I figured it out. No, I got it. Because we do such a good job in those first days and we cover so much. By the third day, we see students being so confident and they're doing it on their own. And then when they show me their photos, they're literally like, wow, like I cannot believe I did this in 3 days. Like, trust me, I know it doesn't seem a lot for a complete beginner. Like I said, most of our students are beginners. We don't work with experienced artists who've been doing this for years. Like, we don't. Only for those who are like maybe watching videos, but those who are beginners, because we dumb it down so much and we work with you 8 hours. So you're literally 8 hours for 3 days. So like 24, 25 hours. Like we were literally there with you, very like extensive, in a lot of training. Trust me, for 3 days, you'd get really, really confident. And of course, like I said, we continue to work with you after that. It's not just the 3 days. I know it doesn't seem like a lot in your head right now because you're thinking like, oh, I need 5 weeks. But trust me, in the online program is where we guide you and mentor you and give you feedback when you're out there on your own and practicing on your own. What was the charges? No, so 297 is a deposit, okay? So I just want to clear that up. It's not the whole day. It's not the whole package. It's a whole package of the program. So the 3 days, so just to kind of sum up a little bit about the pricing, because again, we have different packaging. We have a general admission package that starts at $697. We have a pro makeup masterclass package that is normally $2,997. Right now for tax season, we are offering a really good special and it's discounted, $1,000 off. So the full package that comes with your 3 days makeup kit, 1 year of coaching, 1 year of online certification, the full package is 1,997. We do have a pay in full special right now. It's 1,797. And then we also have our VIP special, VIP training, which is the same as the Pro Makeup Master training, but it just comes with additional one-on-one Zoom calls that we additionally offer throughout the year. And that one is 2,500. But most people go with that middle option. And then for that one, if you do your deposit, you can either do a deposit, the remaining balance would be 1,700, or you can just pay everything at once using your debit card, credit card, Affirm, whatever it is as well. So we have different packages, we have different options. This program I kept it very affordable because most programs for lashes, for microblading, for all these other like services that you need to learn to start making an income out of are usually between 2,500 to 3,000, even up from that. And I kept it very affordable because, again, this is a business program. This is not just a makeup program. If you invest into a program like this and get a mentor for a whole year, someone to reach out to or check in every Saturday, every Monday, every Tuesday to walk and guide you through everything, you can pay off this investment plus the makeup kit you get. The makeup kit value retails of about $850. You get that included with the price. So it's a full package. Again, hands-on training. We fly to your city, so you don't have to fly to us in Vegas. And then we spend those 3 days with you, plus the online program you have access to, plus the coaching. If you have 4 bridal parties, literally 4 bridal parties where you make three, four, $500, you can, or let's say $400, $500, you can pay off your investment. That's literally all it takes. Doesn't have to be. You can, if you're charging $75 and you have 20 clients in a year, you pay off your investment. Like that's all that it takes. And I'm literally going on the lower end because this is again an investment in your business. You can keep trying to figure it out on your own, or you can have someone to help you speed up the process. Instead of taking you maybe 2 years, you can start booking your first paying clients in 6 months, in 8 months, in a month, in 2 months, and start making your investment back. And that's the reason why we offer also payment options. Through Affirm, most of our students get approved 12-month payments. It's about $150 to $180, depends on they do 9 months or 12 months. With that investment, you can have 2 clients a month, pay off your investment. 2 clients a month, pay off your monthly payment, right? So I keep it very affordable because again, you're building a career out of this. This is a coaching to build a career. This is not just, I'm going to learn how to do my own makeup and, do it for fun. You're actually building a business out of it. So for those that are serious, that are looking for coaching, that are looking for mentorship and to learn how to do it professionally. So everything I talked about in this training for someone to walk them through this is the program we offer. And we have been doing this, like I said, for third year already, where we do it nationwide. I started this makeup academy in 2020. So it's really something that is for, again, those that are looking for that coaching, for that mentorship, to learn how to do it professionally. Okay. Uh, 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 uh. Let me see any other questions. Someone was talking about some foundations. What's a good drugstore concealer, press powder, setting powder? I love it. I love how you guys are like talking and like explaining or chatting back or responding back. As of lately, the Morphe concealer from what I've used is really good. Fit Me concealer, that's really good. The e.l.f. one is really good. Um, I love that, you guys. You see, that's exactly what we do. Like if you were to have a community of artists like this who are in the same boat as you are, who have been in the same program, either completed it or about to complete it, and then you ask questions like these, or even come to a coaching call and you're like, Nicolina, I need help. Like I need to buy my foundations, which shades to buy. I literally tell you, hey, let's open up. I'm going to share my screen like I am right now. I'm going to open up my browser and let's go through this together. Let's go to the website and I'm going to tell you, buy a shade 11, buy a shade 13, buy a shade 15, buy a shade 25. Like I'm going to actually tell you that, right? So imagine how much time you're going to save by trying to figure out on your own, finding information elsewhere, of someone just telling you that information in one day or 1 hour. I was always the type of person, and that's the reason why I invested so much in coaches and mentors and classes and Makeup by Mario's class. I remember 2019, I invested in Makeup by Mario's class, and it was at a time $1,200 for a ticket. I think it was like about $1,200, 1,000 or 1,100, something like that. Plus, of course, I had to go to LA and it was for 6 hours. But I was like, that's something that's going to help me again get credibility. And now when I talk to people, I'm like, oh, I got certified. I actually went to Makeup by Mario's class. Everyone's like, wow, that's so cool. Like people like are recognizing, right? Certifications and programs that someone else has been doing because they know that there's value and you must like they look at me differently. That's why certifications are so well recognized because of that, because you have gone through a program. You're not just learning, like how can I say, like on YouTube or just learning from someone somewhere that they just, you just took a little mini master, like I call those like sit and watch master classes. Those are great, usually for those that are already knowledgeable. But for those who are beginners and they're struggling with undertones and, neutrals and warms and cools, and they're struggling with understanding how to shift an undertone. If it's too warm, but the color is good, how can I adjust it so it matches them perfectly? Or if I work on Indian skin or South Asian or women of color, how can I shift that? That's really what we do in this training. So if you're looking for that, this is exactly what the program is for. Also for a model's needed poster, should I have a price? So you're saying for what do you mean for a model poster, should you have a price? Like to charge those models or what do you mean exactly, Nimra? I didn't really understand. Usually if I'm looking for models, and I need to practice or create content, I don't charge for that. I usually just do it for free. That's for the free stuff, right? What the full coverage foundation from drugstore, especially for dry skin with blemishes. Full coverage foundation from drugstore. Maybelline is good. I like L'Oreal, even though L'Oreal is a little bit more glowier. L'Oreal, it's not Fit Me, it's Infallible. Milani 2-in-1 concealer and foundation. It really has a lot of coverage as well. Maybelline as well. Yes, Nima. So you don't need to have a model. Sorry, you don't need to have a price for models. When you are doing models for content, you shouldn't be charging. They might want you to pay them, right? But you shouldn't charging for that. Okay, those are great questions, you guys. Any other questions? So let me ask you here, is anyone here looking for a mentor? Is anyone looking for a course like this? Anyone is looking to learn so they can get certified and then learn from someone like that? Yes, me, Krishma. I love that. So since I'm looking to join the pro course, do you help me creating content like teaching? Yes, yes, absolutely. Krishma, remind me, are you, or I feel like I have someone with a very similar name in the program already. Did you already join our program or you're looking to join? I do apologize because I have so many people with very similar name. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm not already telling you something and maybe you're already a part of the program. iPhone says yes. I don't know who the iPhone is. I'm sorry. Tell me your name, iPhone. I would love to know your name. Excuse me, guys. I'm losing my voice. I've been talking today. I had like a bunch of Zoom calls and work, and I'm just literally losing my voice. I love that. I love that. Salma. Are you joining us, Salma, in Sacramento? Is that this? Yes, Giselle, you just joined us. I know you literally just joined us like yesterday. Wasn't it yesterday? You talked to Fate, if I'm correct, if I remember seeing correctly. Um, got it. Okay, Krishma said she's looking to join. Okay. Love that. I'm looking to pay in installments. Okay, Krishma, yeah, let's talk. Like I said, this is the reason why I'm not having links right now for you guys to buy or anything like that, because I want you guys to talk to myself, my team, Faith or Miriam or Christine, like we have now, obviously with growing our academy nationwide, we have different team members. So you guys can come up with a plan. It's not about like, let's find a way. I always say this, like, yes, finances are always going to be in the reason why people don't do it or why people say next year. But like, I'm always like, hey, let's find a plan. Let's see like what's comfortable. What can we do? Let's try a firm. Let's try Afterpay so we can see and come up with a plan. So you know what you're presented with and know how to budget for this, right? So I always say this is about creating, this is an investment for your career. This is not just I'm buying an eyeshadow palette. Okay. So that's the reason why with this, if you guys want that guideline, let's talk and let's get on a call so we can actually, talk about this. So, I would love to, just text me. Text me right now. I think my assistant should be on at work still. Let me see. Just text me right now if you guys are just, let's book a call. Let's book a call. Just text me the word appointment and then we'll just book a call. Mame, I love that, Mame. It's me, I'll call you Mame. I'm sorry. Fato, I want to come back. I love that. I've been seeing your text messages, Fato. I remember you were telling us you would love to do the hands-on. Did we book a call with you or not yet? Let's just book a call. I always say it's much easier. Sometimes messages slide through cracks. Not yet. Okay. Do you want to book a call? Let's book a call. Let's get you back and see. Because I remember seeing that you would like to do in person again. Because I know that you did online already, 100% online, but you would like to now complete your hands-on. So yeah, let's just text us and let's book a call and let's get you on a call. I can even let me see. I remember seeing your messages. Okay, perfect. So let's do this. Tell me when are you available? I think I have availability even tomorrow myself. I can find time tomorrow. Fato, can you do tomorrow 12 p.m., which makes it, I think if I remember correctly, you're on the east side. Remind me, I'm on Pacific. So Pacific 12 p.m., we can just book a call right now so we can get it over with. So we don't have to go back and forth. So let me know what time works for you tomorrow and tell me your, oh my goodness, you guys. 5 p.m. So what time zone are you on, if you can remind me just please? So Krishma, just text us 702-745-5515 word appointment and we'll book a call and then we'll call you. Okay? Um, so that way I can, like I said, I can take some calls myself tomorrow. I know my team typically takes calls now to help me because we get about between 10 to 20 calls a day. But I want to make sure that I also can take some calls. Fato, tell me what time zone are you available or you are on? Because again, I am Pacific, so right now it's 6:39. I'm not sure what time zone are you on. So Krishma, please text us, okay? Because I don't want to miss your text. Will the recording of this be available anywhere? Yes. So I'll send you a recording after this. I'll send you a replay page. It's going to be a replay page. I'm going to send you a replay page. You guys can see the replay page, okay? You're on East Coast. Okay, so 5 p.m. tomorrow will be 2 o'clock my time. Okay, I'll book us for 2 p.m. Right now. Okay, Fato? I'm going to send you a confirmation right now. Awesome. I love that. Okay. Okay, thank you. That works for me. Okay, perfect. Krishma, did you text us already or not yet for the appointment? Anyone else has any questions? I'm happy to answer about the program, how it works, what we teach, what we give you, what you get, what we, any of these technical parts, I guess, or technical questions, what comes included, or, any of that, I would be happy to answer, okay? So I'm not keeping you guys too long. I know this was very, very good. We have 12 people still here, so about 50% of you have already gone, but it's fine. Oh my God, I'm literally gonna like lose my voice. Okay, let me book you right now. So 10 minutes, 30th tomorrow. I'm booking us for 2 p.m. I'm gonna send you a confirmation, okay? I hope I have your phone number, correct one. Wanna make sure. I have a phone number ending 2954. Make sure that's the correct one, okay? What comes included? Yes. So again, you receive your online program. Online program is where we recorded all the lessons we teach in person, plus the business, social media, and the marketing, everything recorded in a video lesson with a lot of like PDFs and downloads and ebooks. So again, you have everything in a digital form as well. We give you that for 1 year. You also got or get the live coaching, Zoom coaching, which we do 3 times a week, every Monday, every Tuesday, and every Saturday for a year. So 3 by 4, that's 12 on a yearly basis, 12 by 12, 144 coaching calls, right? Then you also receive the 3 days of hands-on training. The 3 days of hands-on training come included We come to your city or city close to you and deliver the training 9 till 5. Then you get a full makeup kit included. The makeup kit comes with a foundation palette. We work with Graftobian with a lot of products. So it comes with a foundation palette that has 18 shades, comes with a highlight and contour palette with 8 shades, blush palette with 8 shades. So again, one of these palettes retails for $94. You get 3 of those. You get a lip and blush palette. You get a loose powder, a translucent powder. You get a full set of brushes that retails for $120. You get a moisturizer from Embryolisse. You get a color wheel, a workbook. You get some like tools to use as well for the class. You get a full eyeshadow palette. We actually just launched our GSMA eyeshadow palette, 35 pan, such a beautiful palette. You get, I mean, I cannot remember right now on top of my mind what else you get, but it's a really nice pack. You get some NYX lip liners and eyeliners and stuff for your face. So you get really good makeup kit included. That you are really set to start building your makeup kit after that. Okay. And then, like I said, we continue to work with you even after that. Okay. Sorry, Christine was just calling me. I should have my call rebooted to set in my spot. But other than that, the information was amazing. I really appreciate all the what that was received. I'm gonna leave because I got to work in the morning. But thank you for this chat, and all of you guys have a good night. That is so cool. I love that. Trevetta, did you book your call already? I should have my call rebooked. That's maybe what you were saying. Rebooted. I wasn't sure what rebooted means. Did you mean rebooked? I don't know if you booked a call already. If you don't mind just texting me that. What's the price range for all of it? So, like I was saying, for this program that we do, or the Pro Master that I was just talking about, that one normally 1,997 right now on a discount. We also have a painful special for 1,797. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Yes, Trevetta, again, I wasn't sure what you mentioned, rebooted, maybe you meant rebooked. Book a call with us. I would love to get you in the program and secure your spot. Okay, you guys. So if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to end the call right now. I hope everything is clear, I guess. I hope you guys really understood what I was explaining. And again, you guys will get your recording, okay? Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining with me tonight. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you guys hopefully on Instagram or on a text message. Okay, thanks you guys. Bye bye.